Hey everybody, so I used to recommend the Weller WHA 900 hot air rework station for people who needed a hot air station. There were a couple of reasons for it. It was quite powerful, it had easy to adjust controls, unlike that Hakko alarm clock nonsense, and for the amount of money you paid you got something that was decently powerful and large nozzles were available for it. The problem is, as time went on, as other hot air stations came out that were more powerful, better featured, and less money, the Weller stayed $600, and I was unable to get even a replacement heating element for it, regardless of how many times I called or emailed Weller. And the new station that they released to replace the WHA 900 was a total pile of crap that cost $600, broke down constantly, and showed that Weller clearly does not care about people who need a quality hot air station. Taking it one step further, Dave Jones at EEV Blog, a channel that you should all be subscribed to if you're subscribed to mine, by the way, open one of these things and realize that there was no primary fuse. There's no primary fuse on the main 120 volt line, which if you watched any of my older videos, you'll see that even the knockoff Hakko 951 that I got on AliExpress for like $40 or $50, even the knockoff one had a primary mains fuse. And this one from Weller does not. Dave Jones decided that he would email Weller to see what it is they had to say about this, and I think you should watch his video because this is pretty hysterical. This is what they had to say.
No one less than the Vice President of Marketing. This is their response. Dear Sir, I'm Dave from the EEV blog. Just call me Dave, not this sir rubbish. We have seen the video you have posted recently and would like to confirm that the WE1010 has UL, CE and VDE approvals as you are suggesting. We appreciate your interest in the Weller products and we would like for you to have the opportunity to further test the Weller station. So we'd like to offer you a 230 volt unit. Gee, thanks a lot. It is our understanding that you are now based in Australia. I've always been based in Australia. Can you please provide us with your details so we can arrange shipment? We look forward to your next product review and remain at your disposal for any question you might have about the Weller products.
All right, so let's get this straight. Dave Jones, electronics engineer with over 500,000 subscribers on YouTube, emails Weller and says, hey, we just realized that one of your products does not have a mains fuse. This is something that we would expect on electronics that cost $10 that are knockoffs of your own products from China. Why is it that your product does not have a mains fuse? Would you like to explain why your product, which is used for soldering, does not have a mains fuse? Because this is very dangerous. This is no good. And rather than acknowledging that, they said, oh, we noticed you were plugging a 120 volt one into a 230 volt line. That's the real problem. Not that our product that is designed for engineers, that is used by engineers, is released without a mains fuse. That's not it. The real problem is that you got a 230 volt one. You got a 120 volt one instead of a 230 volt one. So I'm sure that'll fix the problem. And yeah, it doesn't matter if it doesn't have a mains fuse. What matters is that it was UL listed. So don't worry about the fact that it doesn't have something that's been basic practice for over 50 years in consumer and professional electronics now. And this is kind of sad, and this is why I don't really do many, or if any, sponsored videos, because as Eli the computer guy likes to say, and as I 110% agree with, most PR and marketing people that are dealing with YouTube content creators are burger flippers with a degree. That's actually insulting to burger flippers, because I think even a burger flipper that's 16 years old, stoned at McDonald's, is going to understand why it is that you would need a mains fuse, particularly when you're selling that product to engineers that care about design. Now, the more funny part of this, where it gets even better, because you could say that PR person is just one individual at the company that's saying or doing something stupid. If you actually get to the product description, let me see if I can type in the URL that Dave Jones has over here so we could see that. Weller-tools.com. And I'm typing like an old person. Here we go. If you scroll down, they actually list 120 volts as a feature. Power supply of 120 volts. The system's power supply equals 120 volts or 60 hertz. The low voltage 120 volt soldering iron system increases safety and reliability while providing the power needed to get the job done. Who wrote this shit? Like, are you kidding me? You're calling 120 volts low voltage. B, you're implying that 120 volts as opposed to 230 volts is going to increase safety and reliability in any way. Explain to me how, when you have an iron that's working at somewhere between 14 and 40 volts, how the safety or the reliability of that iron that's working at a DC voltage is improved by the AC voltage upstream in the power supply. Explain to me how it is more safe to have a 120 volt iron that has no mains fuse over a 230 volt iron made by any other manufacturer that does have a mains fuse. Weller, and honestly, I don't even think it's Weller. I think a lot of these companies are not even trying anymore. When you look at the landscape, when you look at the fact that Hakko raised the price on their hot air station, doubled down on their alarm clock interface, and actually had PR people email me saying that I was doing a disservice to my audience by not reviewing it, which I think they want to take back after I did my comparison with the $265 Quick. They released stations that are just abominable to use, and they raised the price on them, and they're less powerful than a Quick that costs less than 1/3 the price. You look at Weller, where they release hot air stations that are complete and utter garbage. You look at this, which is doesn't even have a mains fuse, raises the price from the previous version. You look at Pace, where I'm talking to one of the people at Pace, and they said, you may want to wait on our tweezers. How long do you use them? And I go, why? And they go, well, it may kind of burn your hands if you're using them all day. In contrast to Hakko's stuff that costs, or other company stuff that costs half the price. I think all of these mainstream soldering companies are eventually going to start using the excuse that we can't compete with this cheap Chinese stuff, when in reality, they're just not even trying anymore. And stuff like this makes it very obvious. Like when I read this, I weep and cry for the fact that there are unemployed people in this world, while the person who wrote this as a bullet point probably has a job. That just makes me sad. But I'm kind of curious what you all think. So let me know in the comments down below, and check out EEV Blog's channel. He's got a lot of really cool stuff. He's way smarter at all this electronic stuff than I